Okay, so the beam is hitting me here, so disregard that for the lighting. I'm making this video a little short and sweet, and I'm just kind of letting you guys know the inside information as far as what it is that solar is. And I understand there's a lot of concerns out there for consumers and homeowners of certain people and other contractors maybe not giving you the tax credit option, maybe just giving you the option to lease, or etc., etc. There should be three options with whatever carrier you go: a lease, a PPA, and a purchase. The purchase is simple. You buy the power in advance. Usually it's typically 20 to 25 years. My suggestion is don't be afraid of the extension, because all it is basically is you're locking that rate in for that length of time. If things change, which more than likely they will, things always change yearly, monthly, quarterly in most industries. So for sure in solar, it's going to change eventually. The reason why they're so lenient in doing the solar installations for free, the paneling and things of that nature, which I won't focus so much on what the panels are made out of. They're made out of glass, some are made out of silicon. And some naysayers may say that it creates radiancy and cancer and birds dying, or whatever the case may be. Don't listen to the naysayers. There's always going to be someone that says blue is red or green is brown. But at the end of the day, when you mix two colors, they make a different color. So that's besides the point. This is not about science. This is just about truth and facts, and based off the 2 years experience that I have in solar, 2 or 3 more or less, of maybe what I've seen, what I've heard. I used to be a consultant for Vivint through an authorized dealer at Sam's Club, and I got to hear a lot of people's horror stories. But I heard a lot of more better stories than, the bad stories. I won't mention any names. The only reason why I mentioned Vivint is because through Infinity, I am an authorized dealer through Sunrun, Sonova, and Vivint being one of them, which they're in the process of being basically sold out to Sunrun. Be that as it may, some companies just don't give you that option. A lot of reps that come out of state or wherever they may be, they may not be as honest and forthcoming. Their best interest might be just to, get a payout and not really give you the detailed information. But that's not the case in many cases. But just like in politics, it's just like in any other business, there's always going to be someone cutting corners. So obviously you want to be aware and do your research and things of that nature. I'm going to focus on facts. There's a lot of people that, as you notice, new houses have solar already, but how do these contractors through Lennar or other carriers, just such as Ennis Homes and I'm not sure, Kyle Carter and things of that nature, how do they determine what family size is going to be there and what type of energy they're going to use? They really don't know, so they're not going to put the appropriate panels. So you're still going to be paying to PG&E, which means you're going to get two bills. And in most cases, you're going to get a true-up bill, and this could be thousands of dollars. I just spoke to someone in an unknown location, just for my safety and the safety of them as well. They basically told me what's going on, and so I'm here to help you guys. Obviously, I get paid for what I do, but if I don't build value and earn your trust, I'm not going to be able to provide for my family or myself, and vice versa. So with that being said, the goal for me is to help those kind of people and other people in smaller homes that even burn less energy than those in bigger homes to get you at a locked-in rate, because PG&E rates are going up. The more energy you use in the summer and the winter, things of that nature, obviously the price per kilowatt goes up to tier 2, tier 3. Right now, in most cases, at 28 cents. Goes up to 33, up to 38, and sometimes even higher. If you're on the CARE program, CARE discount, obviously we have the authority to be able to design a platform for you to where it will make sense. Because otherwise, if you're not saving money, you're not going to want to do it, regardless if it's zeroed down for the installation. The reason why it's zeroed down is because the government wants to expedite the process for global warming purposes and just to start working towards the future for the next generation, next generations, and so forth. With that being said, those people, at certain homes like Lennar, Ennis Homes, Kyle Carter, and et cetera, you will still be paying a second bill if you convert and utilize me to be your power source through Infinity, which is a dealer. Again, Sunrun, Sonova, and Vivint. Vivint's going to be sold here pretty shortly. So you will still get two bills, but the thing is why pay PG&E at those high tiers when you can, do it through someone like me? Now, if there's other solar gurus out there that may know more, that have more experience, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of a joke. Now, with that being said, it's free game. It's free game. I want to help you guys, and at the same time, if other solar people out there aren't as educated as I have been, because I have been in the front lines, I have done the appointment setting, I have invested a lot of time before I can actually speak like this. The goal is teamwork makes the dream work. Somebody else gets to sell, God's gonna bless me on the back end. I'm here because I'm an environmentalist. I care. As a little kid, I used to recycle cans. I've worked at the recycling center. I carry my portfolio with me. I have my credentials. I can show you, whatever you want to see. I have, credentials that I can show you that'll suffice what I'm saying, so that I can earn your trust and obviously be able to earn your business. So true-up bills. If you get the right design, I always recommend doing an offset, which is an increase of the annual usage from your basically whole 12 months of calendar, year that you use the energy. Then we at that point figure out what price per kilowatt we can give you so it can make sense for you. Yes, we get paid. Like I said, wherever you may work at, you obviously get paid. So the only way we get paid is if we sell. I've delivered a lot of business cards. Some people's cars weren't there. I would just leave it. So I didn't really get a time to interact, which is why I'm actually doing this video, to be able to help you out. With that being said, I don't like to, be a pest. I don't like to hound people. I am providing a service that has value, and my time is just as valuable as your guys. It's really simple once you understand the process and you trust the person that you're dealing with. So I would hope that you definitely reach out to me. My contact information is on the business card. For the people that are burning obviously less energy, like I said, I could still lower your price per kilowatt. I had a customer with this company, my first customer. Thankfully, I was able to network with him and earn his trust and build a rapport with him to where he gave me a second house, and that allowed me to really understand the process more in depth than I already knew. This customer in particular was paying about $250. They didn't really have his AC at a very low temperature. I felt the room, it wasn't cold, but they had high ceilings and they had very insulated home, windows. The house was very well refurbished. So I was able to knock his rate down to about $68, keeping in mind that he might keep the $5,000 invested into his 25-year loan, because what you're paying for is the power in advance. Some other reps might tell you, you're paying for the solar panels up on the roof, but for me, it just doesn't make sense, because that's actually free. It's actually given to you by the government because they want to expedite the process for global warming. I won't bore you with the science, but there are actual glaciers in Antarctica that have been active for over tens of thousands of years that are actually melting. So this is creating a shift in the Earth's axis, which is why I take this so serious. Like I said, I recycled cans when I was a little kid. Even with my kids, when I was living with them at home, I would tell them to turn the water off, turn the lights off, because it's just, there's kids in third world countries that go to a well to get this water. So, sometimes I catch myself brushing my teeth, leaving the water on. I'll still turn it off and I'll catch myself, So, I take this real serious. I really do. And I can help you guys out. I'm not gonna go so much in detail because a lot of the people, in smaller homes don't necessarily care about saving money because they already feel like it's affordable, but the rates are gonna increase and eventually you're gonna reach out to me or somebody else. So my suggestion is do your research, build a rapport with whoever's trying to sell it to you, so that this way it makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident in doing so. The more people you refer, you're able to get rewarded through just incentives, because the government does pay. It's a team effort. I don't get the whole pay of what the structure may be pay wise. It's a team effort. I have a designer that appropriates the design for you, and then we can show it to you, and I'd be able to show it to you as well. It just depends on what your comfort level is. I can come with another partner, or I can come myself. It's totally up to you. With that being said, like I said, don't focus on being comfortable, because things are going to change. When, we don't know. No one knows. The market in real estate, may crash. It crashes every 10 years, but I won't get too much into that. I'm also a soon-to-be realtor, God willing. I have a test coming up. So, if you're planning on selling, a lot of people's perception of that is the fact that, well, what if I have to sell? And that's perfectly awesome, because if you were to do a lease, it just would be kind of like a conflict of interest for the realtor to be able to sell that house to the next homeowner. So, like I said, the PPA is kind of basically like the best way to go in most cases. And obviously, you have to have a 650 FICO score, and we have other lenders as well. But you just have to go through like a third party, not Sunrun, not Sonoma, not Vivint. It's still a good company, but obviously the price per kilowatt might not be as low as some of these other, more reputable companies. So, don't get fooled by what the naysayer said. There are people that actually save you money. I earned this customer's trust to where he gave me a referral, and he burned more energy. It was a 2-story house. His bills were about $450. I was able to get him down to about $120. And 11,500 or so tax credit, which is 26% equivalent to what the loan was for, which I want to say was about 45,000. The previous one was about 20,000 or something like that. So if they deposit that 11,000 back into it, it'll stay 126 flat for the duration of the 25 years. If they cash out when it's time to cash out, then the premium raises about 30 to 50 to 60 bucks. We tell you what your options are so you can feel comfortable making the right decision. The other customer, I believe they were gonna cash out and just keep it like I think it was gonna go up to $98 or so, but that's gonna be a fixed rate for 25 years. So you don't have to worry about, well, what if I, use more energy, things of that nature. That's when the true up comes in. I don't know if you heard the word true up. Some customers, some homeowners are using more energy than what we actually allotted based off what information they gave us by showing us their usage number. We call a number through PG&E, we get that data, or you can send us a screenshot, or myself preferably, and then that's how I basically am able to convey the proposal for you, which is a free estimate of what I could do for you. And it has to make sense, so obviously I'm gonna know that to earn your trust and earn your business. The true-up bill, some people are paying 100, 200, some people are paying 1,000 or even more at the end of the year. So again, back to like about 5 minutes prior to this video, I talked about offset. The offset basically, it gives you more allotted energy than what we already established based on your usage. So with that being said, basically you have no fear of being able to get an extra bill at the end of the year, which totally sucks. And I get it. It's like you already have to pay property taxes, then you have to pay this. It's just not fair. So for some people, it's actually evening out to where sometimes it's even more. So I definitely feel for those people, and that's why I take this even that much more serious, because I know if it was me, I'd be super upset. I have kids, I have nice things I like, and spending money that I don't have, or maybe don't have in mind for that, it just wouldn't make sense for me. It would probably anger me a little bit. Obviously, the wealthier folks, they know they just pay their bill and they're doing it to help with global warming, and I commend those people because they're doing it out of a good heart. So good job, guys, with that. But there's still a lot of glass that's not on these roofs, and I'm seeing it. So there's only so many people I can reach. So that's why I have this stack of business cards, this stack of business cards, and this stack of business cards. For you solar gurus out there that have more time than me, man, I'm telling you, I've been grinding since I was 16. So just because you may have more, time in this does not make you more knowledgeable per se. And hopefully you're taking notes, and hopefully you're gonna give me the credit, because I'm giving the free game. Because at the end of the day, I know, like I said, God's gonna reward me on the back end. And so with that being said, the offset, it just creates the peace of mind, okay? And at the same time, in most cases, some people actually get a small credit back. Small, I'm not gonna say that because it depends on how much power you use. There's a lot of people that have solar, wind solar, and are using more energy because they think in their minds that they could use the energy unlimited. It does not work like that. I used to sell phones for 7 years. I was a regional manager in LA markets, Ontario, Victorville, Puente Hills, Riverside, Montclair, Bakersfield. And so I know business. That's all I'm saying. And I know how to treat people right. I wouldn't have lasted at that business for that long if I wasn't good at what I did. And I would lead and help others become successful as well. So I'm definitely not one of those people that like to hide, the secrets or anything like that from anybody. For me, if I help you, for me, that makes me feel good. It just makes me feel good as a person, as a human, as a man of God. And I don't mean to bring religion up here, but God is good. So I'm not going to bring that up, but I'm just saying, stay blessed. And basically, I wanted to make this a little short, but I just wanted to give you a presentation to earn your trust so I can go into your home. We can actually even do this through Zoom. With COVID-19, I am COVID proof. I could wear my mask, I'll wear my gloves, I got my sanitizer, so I'm COVID-19 able. But at the same time, if you feel free as I do, then we can converse inside the house, or we could do it via Zoom. It totally is up to you. It's very painless, and usually, well, obviously, the roof has to be in decent shape because you're gonna put this glass on your roof. Needs to make sure there's not enough trees, so that way, wherever the sun faces, you're getting the most bang for your buck. And if you have any other questions, my contact is on the card, and I'm not gonna go more in detail because I'm just gonna keep reiterating the same thing so that you can understand that what I'm saying is not scripted. It's actually what I've learned from my experience, hands-on in the battlefield, making close to nothing, but learning so that I can become the best at this, so I can help you guys out, and obviously I can become a person that is able to go out there and help you guys more, so I can be able to give you guys $1,000 referral that I'm able to give to you guys without really hurting my pockets. At the end of the night, we're 1099 employees. We don't get paid if we don't sell. So we still have to file taxes, and taxes, they're gonna get shit, so everyone has to pay them. You can't get away from them. So imagine I have to give you $1,000, and that's not gonna be accounted for in my taxes unless I get a good, tax preparer that's gonna be able to allocate that for me. But that's gonna be my problem when I get to that point. So hopefully this information helped you out. Stay blessed.